Hey, Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review. Let's talk about one of the holy grails of 4K. We finally got Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World in 4K. In the last couple months, the 4K fans, those that collect physical media, were very excited to not only get a copy of Tombstone, but Master and Commander, and also Kingdom of Heaven. All three, like, top of the list. Now, one of them was Disney related. The other two, I think, were Miramax related. That's all goes back to the Harvey Weinstein stuff. It's why we're finally getting a 4K release of Dogma. But anyway, long story short, I finally found a copy of the steelbook going for the regular price without having to pay scalpers or anything, because this one's been hard to get since it came out about a month and a half ago. Peter Weir directed this movie back in 2003. It had a $150 million budget, which was a lot of money at the time. Went on to gross $211 million. Not a huge hit, but was nominated for several Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, and eventually won for cinematography and sound editing, I believe. Iva Davies of the band Icehouse, if you're a fan, he helped do some of the music. There's three guys listed under music. They don't make movies like this anymore. It's nice to say that. This came out in 2003, but really was a throwback to older movies. The gist of the movie is based on some novels. If it had done well, we would have gotten the sequel or more. I wish we had gotten the sequel, the way the movie ends. Not that it's so much a cliffhanger or anything, but it does end with there's more to the story, and we didn't get more to the story. So Disney, Fox, whoever have put out this it's a very nice steelbook. And it came out for Amazon, I think, had it around $40, $39, which is a little pricey, but not bad. But then the price has skyrocketed when people bought it up. Steelbooks, like I said in previous podcasts, are selling out pretty quickly these days. If you don't pre-order it, you may not get one. Try and find a Superman steelbook right now. Today is August the 15th when I'm recording this. Anyway, I did get a copy of it. It came in. It's a beautiful steelbook. It's really well done and has the 4K, not a whole lot of extras on that, commentary and stuff, and then some extras on the Blu-ray, mostly everything ported over from the original Blu-ray. It's not, they didn't go nuts on the extras. But what you're really here for is the film. And the movie is a little over 2 hours. It is a true-to-life take of what life would be on a ship in the 1800s, when they're trying to chase down another ship. The hardness of it, the how long it takes to do everything, the elements, the ship, the camaraderie, the mutinies, you name it, one thing after another. It's a very realistic take on what seagoing life was probably back then. And I think it's fabulously done. Paul Bettany plays the second to Russell Crowe, who's really good in the film. This was young Russell Crowe, and he's really doing a great job in the role. I think Paul Bettany does great in everything he's in. And all the side characters, too, do great work in a story that, well, it's kind of alien at first because they just drop you on this ship, and the ship has a mission to go stop another ship, and that's it. And they have to figure out how to get there and go around the bottom of the continent and things like that. It's also well done, well filmed, like you're there. It's very slice of life. The camera goes in and out. Now, for people worried about the 4K, they haven't cleaned it up so much that it looks like a sharp, brand new movie. This looks like a film, like an older film. It's got some film grain, and it's not exactly sparkly, shiny, or free of film grain. There is a little bit of grain here, but it does look better than it's ever looked, and it sounds better than it ever has. The Atmos sound is quite engaging. I wouldn't give it a 5 out of 5, maybe a 4 out of 5, maybe even a 4.5. There's a few places where, like, storms were over your head, other things were over your head, but there were some great scenes when you were below decks where they could have put more over your head and they didn't. That being said, though, all pretty well and done, and something we've been looking forward to. We have been looking forward to this and several other movies this summer, and thank you to Fox and Disney for knocking this one out of the park, at least for audio and video. I would give them some of my highest marks and one of the best releases of the year. If we'd had a lot of extras, maybe like a second sight or an umbrella release or something like that, that would have been great. But for what we have and what we got, very happy to have this movie in the 4K collection. Now, there are people who don't like steelbooks because they think they're more expensive. Steelbook tends to run $5 to $10 more than the average version or the standard version of the 4K. companies this year have been pushing up the prices. We've seen steelbooks, which usually were right around $35. We're now in the $40 to $45 range on a lot of brand new steelbooks. So price of eggs are up, so to speak. But if you're a collector, these are limited edition. Like I said, if you don't pre-order them quick, you're not getting them. A lot of people have been waiting on this one. A lot of people have paid over $50, $60, $70 for this online, eBay, and second-party, third-party sellers and things like that. But if you wait long enough, it seems that Amazon is getting more stock. I would recommend them, or at least one of the other boutique places that's not just gouging this. I picked it up. I think list price is $39.99, and that's what I paid for it, and I'm very happy with the purchase. I will be talking about those other movies. I just have to set aside. I really want to soak up these epics that we've been waiting so long for. The old Blu-ray looks crappy compared to what this looks like. A lot of people pop in this 4K and go, oh, Master and Commander looks good, sounds good, but then pop in the old Blu-ray, which looks flat and washed out and just doesn't have any depth. Or anyway, long story short, it's definitely worth the upgrade and one of my favorite releases of the year. Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World. I wish we had gotten the sequel. You want to see what ship life was back in the early 1800s? Enjoy the flick. It's a really good one. Scott, I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts are on the way. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Have a spectacular day.